Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, today's video is super exciting because I am going to be testing out the new Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. This literally just launched today. I picked it up, just got home from work, and I'm about to show you guys what this looks like on. I'm excited, and it's been a long time since I've been excited for a product, but I feel like a skin tint is perfect for the summer. Summer's around the corner, so I'm excited to see what this really looks like. So if you guys are interested, definitely keep on watching because I'm going to show you guys my first impression, what it looks like, if it's worth the money. So let's see if it lives up to the name. And I'm going to say this right now, I have very high expectations for this because I always feel like everything Fenty Beauty makes is amazing because, come on, it's made by Rihanna. So I have very high expectations. So let's see if this really lives up to the expectations, if it's worth the hype. So please keep on watching. But before we get into the video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn your post notifications on, add me on Instagram, add me on TikTok, and let's get into the video. I'm going to start off by taking off my makeup because, like I said, I just came home from work, so I have a bunch of makeup on my face. So I'm going to take off my makeup real quick, and then we're going to get started. So this is what it looks like. It's the Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint, and I picked it up in the shade number 10. And as you guys know, in Sephora, you can't really swatch anything right now because of COVID, so I had to just eyeball it and guess. So let's hope this is the right shade. But with a skin tint, I feel like it's very forgiving because it's just a tint, so I feel like we'll make it work. So I'm not too worried about it. On here it says it's light to medium coverage, which you guys know I'm a full coverage kind of girl, but in the summer, light to medium is perfect. It says it's for all skin tones, blends and blurs to instant perfection, and light as air. Light as air is just music to my ears because in the summer it's hot, I'm sweating, I don't really want to feel like I'm wearing makeup, so light as air, that gets me. So I really hope it really is. But that's pretty much all it says. Price point, this is $39 and it is 32 milliliters. In comparison, the NARS Radiant Moisturizer is, I believe, $58. Let me double check because I want to come with facts. Yeah, the NARS Radiant Tinted Moisturizer is $58 for 56 milliliters. So it's similar because it's a tinted moisturizer, and then this one is $39 for 32 milliliters. So price range, I feel like this is obviously a little bit more affordable, but it's a little bit smaller, but I'm not mad at it. $39 for this size is pretty good. And on average, a regular foundation is 30 milliliters, so pretty much the exact same thing. And a regular foundation, this one I think goes for $50 or something around there. So pretty affordable. So that's the price point on it. Now let's open this up and see what it looks like. Let's talk about packaging. This is so cute. It's so small. I feel like I can just fit it in my hand. I love the packaging for it, just the detailing of it. Love it. Again, I always feel like Fenty Beauty is very, what's the word? What is the word that I'm looking for? They keep their packaging very like uniform. Everything's the exact same, which I really like. It's consistent. That's the word. Fenty Beauty always keeps all of their packaging very consistent, which I love. So I love the packaging. I love that it's plastic because sometimes like glass bottles scare me because sometimes I drop it. I've had foundation shatter. So love this. Perfect for the summer. I feel like I can just keep it in my pocket. So packaging, 10 out of 10. So on the website, it says it's a lightweight, buildable, light to medium coverage skin tint that leaves skin looking blurred and smooth in flexible shades for all. And that's what I love about Fenty Beauty. They always have such a good shade range for everybody. They have so many shades, and I love that. A brand that can include every skin tone has my heart. So I love that. Coverage is light, finish is natural, which is nice. So it's kind of in the middle, not too matte, not too dewy. It's a liquid. It's free of parabens, it's vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. This is what stood out to me. It says that it is humidity, sweat, and transfer resistant, and it has smooth texture that layers well with primer and skincare. So again, this is perfect for the summer because in the summer, I just want something lightweight, and especially if it's sweat, humidity, and transfer resistant, sold. So these are all good things that I'm hearing. So the way I'm going to test this is I'm going to try this on half of my face with no moisturizer, no primer, no prep of anything. It's just going to be on my bare skin because I want you guys to see what the real results are by itself, because I figured not all of us use the same primer, the same moisturizer, the same prepping stuff. So I want you to see what the real results are by itself. And then on this side, I'm going to prep my skin like I usually do with like my moisturizer, my primer, and all of that. So you kind of get a sense of both ways. So So let's get started. As you can see, I do have blemishes on my cheek. I don't really have anything on my forehead or my chin. It's just on my cheeks. So I'm not expecting this to give me like extreme full coverage, but we'll see how much it covers. Oh, I forgot to shake it. It says to shake it. Let's give it a good shake. So that's what the shade looks like. Okay, so far, it's okay. I'm gonna add just a little bit more. I'm gonna blend it in with my fingers and then I'm gonna use a beauty blender. Oh, wow. Okay, so far the application's very smooth. It's very creamy, very moisturizing, not thick at all. It feels very, very light. It literally just feels like a moisturizer. So this feels really nice. As for the color, I feel like it's very similar. This is what my chest looks like. I feel like it's very similar. I could go a little bit darker because I do like my foundations to be a little bit more warm. But it's not bad. I'm thinking once I put a setting powder or bronzer, because usually I wear it with a bunch of stuff, it will even out. So I think so far I'm okay with the color. Now I'm going to go in with a beauty blender. I'm going to add a little bit on the beauty blender actually. I'm going to blend it out. So far it's very lightweight, literally feels like a moisturizer. So I feel like with your fingers, it's perfect. And I typically don't like blending anything with my fingers. I don't know what it is. I hate it. But with this, it's amazing. It's just like a moisturizer, or you can use a beauty blender or a brush, but either one works fine. But honestly, I feel like your fingers is probably your best bet with this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit of concealer under my eyes. Typically when I wear like any type of skin tint, I like to do very, very minimal makeup, like just a natural bronzer, a natural concealer, because I want you to think like, is she wearing makeup? That's what I want you to have like going through your head. So I really like to go with the natural feel. So I'm just applying a little bit of the concealer, and I'm using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Okay. Coverage wise, you can see my skin still showing through, but it does give me pretty good coverage and it is buildable. So if I were to add a little bit more, I'm sure it would give me more coverage. But so far, I'm happy with this. I feel like this is good coverage. This is the other side, so you can see it's covering quite a bit. And again, buildable, so not mad at it. I like it. Okay, so far I'm happy with this. Again, this has nothing on, just the skin tint and a concealer. I'm not even going to use powder on this. I'm just going to wear it as is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the other side, and let me just sanitize my hands real quick before we go to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a toner to tone my face. I'm going to use a moisturizer. I'm going to use an eye cream. I'm really going to prep my skin here, and I'm going to use a powder on this side. Here, I'm not going to use a powder just so you guys can see like the real effect. So let's get started. So I'm going in with the Glow Recipe Toner. I feel like everybody's been trying this out. Have you guys tried it? What are your thoughts on it? I'm actually thinking about doing a video on this, reviewing it. I've been trying it out for 2 weeks now. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts on this and another Glow Recipe product I have, let me know and I will do that for you guys. I'm going to go in with an eye cream and just put that under my eye. I'm gonna let me dry this off a little bit before I add my moisturizer on. Do you guys hear that? That's my wrist. Oh my goodness. Life of a makeup artist. Your wrists are so weak. Both of my wrists. I'm gonna add my moisturizer on, and my moisturizer is so cold. I keep it in my skin fridge, and guys, skin fridges are life-changing. I love it. Now I feel a little bit bougier. I'm like, I can't put a moisturizer on unless it's cold in a fridge, so that's my new thing now. When I layer products, I like my products to dry down a little bit before I layer on another product. I don't know why. I just don't like everything to be like so wet and slimy. I don't know if that's just me, but I always like to like wait in between layers. Comment down below if you guys are the same way, because I know some people like to just like put everything on, but then when I do that, I feel like I'm just so greasy and I'm just like, it doesn't work for me. Now I'm going to use my Milk Hydro Primer. I'm using just a little bit. Okay, so we are all prepped and ready. I'm gonna go ahead with my hand sanitizer again before we get the product. Okay, so let's go in. I'm just gonna apply it directly on my face. I feel like I should have done that in the first place instead of using my fingers to put it on. Okay. And same thing, I'm going to use my fingers to blend, and then I'm going to use the Beauty Blender. I feel like I put way too much on, so let's blend this out with the Beauty Blender. So this is what it's looking like so far. And again, this one has a skin tint and concealer. That's it. This one has a moisturizer, a toner, an eye cream, a primer, the skin tint, and concealer. So you have a lot more prep. What I'm noticing for the difference is this one looks a little bit extra radiant because I think it's like the toner doing the work and the primer and everything. But overall, even by itself, it's very radiant. So I love it. Love the glow. I do notice that my pores look a little bit smaller on this side. But again, I think that that's from the primer and the toner. Whereas here you see a little bit of my pores a little bit more enlarged, but not too much. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of bronzer. I'm not going to set it with a powder just because I don't want it to alter the color. So I'm just going to add a little bit of bronzer right here, a little bit on the top, a little bit on my jawline. I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter too. I love a highlighter. I feel like it definitely completes everything. So I'm going to add a little bit of highlighter. So now with like a bronzer on and a highlighter, what I'm noticing is it looks very smooth. Like you can see that the highlighter doesn't look chunky at all. It literally looks like my skin. Same with the bronzer. It looks very airbrushed. Like this literally looks like it's airbrushed on. So I really like the way the bronzer and the highlighter are sitting on top of it right here. Looks really, really pretty, really smooth. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait a few hours. Right now it is 6 o'clock. So I'm going to wait a few hours and I'm going to see how it wears. What I want to see is how blurred my skin looks, because right now I do see a blur effect. But I want to see if maybe over time it goes away or if it stays. So I'm going to be checking for that. And I want to see if the foundation oxidizes and how long the wear is. So I'm going to be back in a few hours and we're about to see what it looks like. I'm probably going to come back in like 4 hours. So be right back. Okay, so it's been 4 hours now and I've ran a few errands. I ate dinner. I did a bunch of stuff. And this is what it's looking like. So again, this is the side that only has the foundation and concealer. And then this is the side that has the primer, the moisturizer, the toner, the foundation, and the concealer. So this is how it's been holding up for the past 4 hours. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to blend out my concealer because it's creasing like crazy. Have you guys tried this concealer? This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I got this because I saw it all over TikTok. And honestly, I hate it. I was going to do a video reviewing it, but all I can say is I hate it. It creases so much. I do not like it. But that's besides the point because we're not reviewing that. But let me just blend it. So what I'm noticing is that on this side, I can see that it is breaking apart a little bit right here and a little bit on my nose and right underneath and a little bit on my chin. But that's because I didn't set it with anything. I didn't use a primer. I didn't use a moisturizer. I didn't use anything. So I think that that's only because of the prep. Since there was no prep, I think that's why it's kind of like breaking up, kind of like coming off kind of thing. Whereas this side where I actually prepped, you can see that it's still staying on perfectly. Nothing's moved. It's still stayed on. I haven't touched up, nothing. So I'm really, really happy with it. I love the radiant finish that it gives me. It's a nice natural radiant finish. It's not too dewy. It's not too matte. It just looks really, really nice, especially this side. Like this side is my favorite, but honestly, I would still wear it like this. You could wear either or, but personally, I would wear it with all the prep and all of that. So I'm really, really happy with it. One thing I do notice is that it does oxidize. As you can see in the first clip, it looked a little bit lighter, just a little bit lighter than my skin. And now that it's been 4 hours, you can see that it's gotten a little bit deeper and it actually matches my neck a lot better. And my chest, it matches a lot better. So I'm happy about that because I was thinking it might be a little light, but I'm happy with how it kind of oxidized. And foundations oxidizing is totally normal, guys. It happens. Some oxidize more than others. This one doesn't oxidize too much. It's just a little bit. So I would definitely suggest maybe going one shade lighter so that it turns into like the perfect shade. But right now I'm really happy with this. I was actually so confused because I was thinking either a 10, a 12, a 13. But like I said, a tinted moisturizer, you can be so forgiving with it because it's just a tint anyways. But I like this shade. I really, really like this shade. So I'm honestly really, really happy with this. I definitely recommend it. I think that it's totally, totally worth it. And it's not even expensive. It's $39 and a little goes a long way. Really, really nice, especially for summer. I just feel like I'm just gonna put this on really quick in the summer when I'm not really going out, because you guys know if I'm going out, I'm gonna do a full face, I'm gonna do like a contour, I'm about to do full glam. But on something like quick kind of thing, going on like a little ice cream date, like a little small thing, then I can probably throw this on really, really quick. Me recommending a tinted moisturizer is very rare because I really don't like tinted moisturizers. I've always found that they've been pointless, and I found that like they never give me even a little bit of coverage. I find that they break up. They've just never worked for me. I've tried a bunch. So now I'm really, really happy that I found one that I like. Like I said, the coverage is pretty good. Like I'm happy with this coverage. So definitely check this out. Rihanna did it again. She did it again. And honestly, at this point, the way I feel is I'm not even mad at Rihanna for not making music no more. Of course, I love her music, but honestly, I'm not even mad at it anymore because she is coming out with so many good beauty products, like her makeup, her skincare. Now I heard she's coming out with hair. Like she's really killing the beauty industry. So that's pretty much everything I have to say. Fenty Beauty has done it again. I am very, very impressed. I definitely think you guys should check this out. So let me know in the comments down below. Have you guys tried it? What are your thoughts on it? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Let me know. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.